Hello, interweb. It's your boy, Mr. Hosking. Today I'm here to talk to you about the who's who to who do in World War II. We're going to look at the participants of World War II in a mindset for world history in ninth grade at Millbrook High School. But I want to kind of start by looking at a map, and you can see, again, just like in World War I, it's kind of the haves against the have-nots. And you could see in North America, the United States and Canada; in South America, Brazil, Australia, New Zealand, China, the Soviet Union, Norway, Denmark, Poland, the United Kingdom, Netherlands, Belgium, France. All of these countries are part of the Allied forces that eventually fight against the Axis powers that are in yellow, and they control massive amounts of the world. But it's a little misleading because most of the green countries did not militarize quickly or were not prepared to fight a war. So we see huge expansions by the orange, yellowish colored country to control large parts of the world. Germany and Italy truly control most of continental Europe. They control large parts of the USSR. Japan controls large parts of China, almost all of the islands in the Pacific. So there's going to be a large shift in control of the country during this war. It's definitely much more of a war of movement than in World War I. It's going to be a fast-moving war, and then once the United States kind of enters and the USSR and the United Kingdoms kind of get their footing and start fighting back, it's a quick contraction of all of that power that the Axis power gains. We also see a lot of countries in this war that are white. And I don't want you to think that these countries are not participating in the war, but they are not actively participating as countries. Most of these places in the world, a great example right here would be India, are imperialized still. They're part of empires. India is part of the British Empire, and so they are fighting in the war underneath control of the United Kingdom, not necessarily as themselves. They don't enter the war as India. So a lot of these countries in the white contribute to the war, but they're not actively fighting as countries. So they could still have peoples fighting in the war, but not under their flag, under the flag of a different country like France or the United Kingdom. The two different sides of World War I, as we saw on that map, are the Allied powers and the Axis powers. The major powers that you need to know from the Allied are Great Britain, Russia, the United States, and France. But France is going to lose to Germany after 6 weeks of fighting in 1940, and it's not until they're liberated that they then get new troops to fight against the German army. On the other side, we have the Axis powers, and the three major powers for the Axis powers are Germany, Italy, and Japan. It's these countries that fight against it. The other group of people that you have to know for this war is going to be the major leaders of these countries during wartime. So if we start with the Axis powers, Adolf Hitler is in charge of Nazi Germany. Benito Mussolini is in charge of Italy. Right? He's this guy over here. You can see them marching together. They're both considered fascists, and they kind of work together for more of a unified goal. The third country kind of just worked together in creating their own sphere of influence and agreed not to fight against the other two powers, but didn't necessarily fight with them. And that was Hideki Tojo. He's the Prime Minister of Japan. On the Allied side, the three people that you need to know, Winston Churchill, he's the British Prime Minister. In the United States, we have Franklin Delano Roosevelt as the president, and in Russia we have Joseph Stalin as the premier of the Soviet Union. That's all of the who's who, that who do in World War II. I hope it helps you out for your test. My name is Mr. Hosking. I'll catch you later.